Good morning, dear friends. Today we will learn how to install regional spectral model with the regional ocean model on IITM Pune Aditya server. I will show each step which are written in this document. If you follow this document steps, it will be easy to install uh, without any guidance. So I will follow these steps and show you how it can be done very easily. First of all, you can see line number 1. We need to download the source code from the QAP server. To do that, we'll be using Linux terminal. First, we'll log into the Aditya server. So I'm using few alias, and we are able to connect Aditya server. So we have opened two terminals so that we can see the progress of the model installation. So we are installing in Monsoon V Mishra RCM folder. So we have created a folder RCM, and in this folder there is nothing. So we can directly install in this folder. To download the source code, we have already included the path of CVS root in our bash RC. You can see in step number 1, this path has to be included. So we have done this, included this path in the bash RC folder. Then just you copy and save, and then source. This part we already done, so we can directly go to step number 4. We have created a RCM folder. We are within this folder, and we are submitting this command cvsco install. This command will directly download source code from the CoApps Linux server. As you can see, now it is downloading the source code. In the second terminal, you can see the progress. So it is done. So it has created 5 folders and a file. So to install, we need to configure Aditya server path within the model, so that model can take mainly 2 libraries. These netcdf and mph2 libraries are required to install this model. So we will change this path step by step. So up to line number 4, up to step number 4 we have done. So step number 5 is crucial. In the def, sysvar.def has machine specific path that need to be added. So I have given line number by line number these changes, and I will show you how to make these changes. So if we go to cd def and then vi sysvar.def. Okay, so if we go to line number 1, in this sysvar.def, in this file we configure the path which this particular source code required, and there are few keywords by which we define the path. Okay, so these keywords are institution, machine, nickname. For Aditya server, institution is IITM, so we will be using that short name. Machine name is Aditya. Nickname is also Aditya. Compiler is Intel. March is MPI, and MPI version, and we'll be using netcdf version S3. So these are the key variable which we will be using. And these line numbers are the same as written here. You can see line number 41 is this variable where we are going to install our couple model. So we can change this default path in line number 41. Then we can search for ifort. Other things are the compiler, which compiler we use. So line number 134, which is here, is using ifort, but we need to use MPI ifort. So we search for ifort and you just edit instead of ifort, MPI ifort. So if you go for another search in line number 41, you can edit the same, as well as you can see line number 165, 171, 238, 244, 253. We need to edit this ifort compiler. So if we search for ifort, this line number 165 need to be edited. Line number 166 and 167 not required. Here we are using keyword Intel, so it will take this and we don't have to use this. The other names are basically for the other machines. So when we compile our source code, it will choose either by variable name or by these keywords. So sometimes it takes variable name, sometimes it takes the keyword. So this is the variable name and these are the keywords we define, like Aditya, IITM. Now we can again search for ifort. So these two changes are not required. Here Intel we need to change, and then we search again. Compiler, Linux, Intel we need to change. We search again, so it came to line number 134. So this compiler part has been done. Now we have to do for line number 344 to include the mpitch 2 path. So if we go to line number 234, so this variable name should be included like this. Every machine has their different path, so we need to leave this variable name as blank. So otherwise, if we include the path here, when we run the model, it will take this path rather than the way we define. So it is always good to separate each machine path with these keywords. So this is the path which is available on Aditya server. We define like this. Then we have to change 547 line number 547. If we go, current version of netcdf library has separated C and Fortran libraries in two different -L netcdf and -L netcdf. These changes has to include, as I am doing, all those line numbers are shown in this Word document. So we have made changes in this line. These are not required. This line as well as this line. Other things there is no need. Now we can go to line number 609 to include the path of netcdf. You can copy paste. Okay, this is done. And line number 624. And the library path is included. Then there is one more change is done, need to be done in line number 1196. Okay, so this has to include. So either we can include in line number 1198. So I just copy paste from there. Okay, this is done. nickname and Aditya Server. So these changes are done. Then we can go further. We need to change this particular file, and this change is required, so we can directly go and follow the steps. If you follow these steps exactly, there will be no error. Okay, this is done. Then go back one directory, make file, and then make file roms.in. Our source code had old version of GCC compiler, so we have to change this version to 3.81 to 3.82. So these are done. So once up to these we have done, there was no problem. Then we have to export line number this. This is needed. Although you can see ROMs folder is not present at this time, but when we submit install, it will download few more folders, and we have to make changes according to those. There is one more change required, so we have done up to this part. So these two are needed for defining the domain. We will discuss about these two, how to define the domain and how to change the domain in our next video. So at present we can use the default version of domains, and then we have to go using these commands. Okay, this part we have done, and I should add this line above, so that actually this change is also required, but we don't have util folder, so we cannot make this change. But as soon as model download this file, we will make this change while model is running. Otherwise we have to recompile it. So install directory we have done. Now we can start installing the model. So /install, and these are the things we need for couple model. I will show you each one by one. Okay, so we need to press enter to proceed. So we are installing RSM ROMS. Either you type like this, or just type it. And we are installing IITM. At the first time it will not show this name. If it is not showing, just type IITM. Otherwise you can, Linux is there, so you can press enter. So it is giving you machine nickname wrong, so you have to type that name Aditya, and by default Intel, so you can press enter. MPI version, you can press yes. 2 we need yes. 64-bit yes. Enter, enter, enter. NetCD version 3, so no problem. And then enter. And then enter. You can use 38 as a default, 30-kilometer Indian domain. You enter. For ROMs, we can use 33, the same. The compiler, the number of processor, we use 256, or you can choose according to your server. For ROMs, it should be 16. Just press enter, and we are running the script RSM ROMS. Enter. So it will start downloading and installing them. Now there are 5 folders. The model start downloading the libs directory, as you can see here. So once it download the ROMs directly, we need to make this line change, otherwise model will terminate in between. Okay, so in the meantime I can show how to make other changes so that we can run this model later on. So it is running, it will take 20 to 30 minutes to install, so we can start changing other things. So to run this model, it is important that we copy few paths like these. In the libcon, we need to copy the soda files. Soda files are available in some path. I will check which path. So if you go to cd libs con, okay, and then ln-sf. I hope these are in Mishra ccsm soda files, soda, then star. There are many files, you can see these are the soda files. We can link to this directory, as well as SST global forcing data. We probably will not be required this data for default case, but in the future it might be required. So we just copied these 2 paths. So the path need to be changed. Copy. Okay. cd libcon and then link this command. Okay. Okay, once this is done, you can check whether other folders are created. Not this time. So it is downloading few more folder, and let us see how much it will go further. In the meantime, I can show you one running model. So if you follow the steps, it will create these folders. And once the installation is complete, RSM ROMS and RSM bin file will have all the executables. And in this couple run file, you will see two files. We have RSM ROMS, this file, and VI run MPI sub, this file, where we need to make changes to run our model. Okay. So it is taking time, I think, because it might be a big file. We have no option but to wait. You can change the coupling interval. By default it is 24 hours, but by changing these two codes, means 3D, line number this 24 to 3, and in ROMs con 29 to 3, you will be able to change the coupling interval between ROMs and RSM. At present we are not changing this, we will be using the default one. PWD. So we'll make copy of RSM ROMs script and we'll make changes. So let us see how many directories it has downloaded. It's slow, but it will download. We have to wait. In the meantime, we can prepare our document file. So if this step is not required, we can copy and paste it below. Okay. So these are number 10 steps. So up to this board, we have done. Number 11, put here 11 is to run this model. So these are the changes. Date, year are required to make changes. So I'll show you what are these changes. If you go RSM, so this particular file RSM India has these. So RSM folder is created. So once our ROMS folder is created, we will make changes in that. So in this case, we are running for year 2000. This path has to set. So this path has to set as given here. So we can check line number 14. There are many changes in this RSM file. So it is downloading ROMs. So we can go to ROMs, CD ROMs, and in util folder, it is not copied yet. So it is copying. So it is entire ROMs from the QAP server, and then we'll be able to see the util folder. So it has not done yet. So utility, user, utils, and if we make file.in, so it is important to do it when the model is compiling, otherwise we have to recompile it. Search for -l netcdf, and you have to include -l netcdff and n dot and n dot. So once the 9 changes are done, netcdf, so everything is been saved, and that's all. So your model will install, and then you have to make how to run it. So there are many other folders like ROMs run, RSM run, and CPL. In CPL, we'll have to run our couple model. So if the model is stuck in between, so the steps are followed in the order. So if it's stuck in libs, make clean libs, so you can install directly, compile code from the install. If it is stuck in RSM, then make clean RSM, So make clean like cd rsm and then make clean. Then you can do configure I think model and then make. Then cd to ROMs. I'll check whether in ROMs it is configure model or something else. cd ROMs dot slash configure model, yeah, and then make. So it will install ROMs. If there are errors, these steps are, if there are errors other than installing from the start, you can do from in between, and then these three. So it is now doing dot slash configure in RSM, compiling it. Okay, so this is done. So this is submitted. Okay, so we can check what are the editing that need to be done. So this is the running model on Aditya server. So only two files need to change. One is RSM. So in the meantime, I can tell you about this RSM India file. So this is a different folder, and once installation is complete, we have to make changes in cd couple runs. So a few files will be there, and then we have to edit those changes. So at present, this is the batch script, and run name means here you can define any name where you want to put your output file. This is RST ROMS. So number of processors 25616, initial year, month, day, hour, ending month, day, hour. You can define or select RSM integration time step. So by default it is 600. So according to your domain resolution, you can decrease it if there are problems of NAN. So this is one configuration for India 10 kilometer resolution, but default case we have chosen for 30. This is the path where we define for initial conditions. Here we have chosen R2 soda path, and all data is available here. This one is static data, surface topography. So this is the path, and the year doesn't make any change because it will be static, so we can choose from any file. So we have this file, so we have taken that path from here. This is basically integration time for different seasons, for spring, summer, fall, and winter. If you are facing problem of NAN, you can decrease this time step to get rid of that problem. So at present, this is increment hour, and this is for ocean. 24 means in hours, so it will be saving file every 24 hours. If you decrease it to 3, it will save every 3 hourly. These 3 are for atmospheric files. If you want to save those 3 hourly, you have to put 3 hourly there. So RPGB files will be saved at every 3-hour interval, and this is your restart interval. So it will save every 3 hours. After every 3 hours, restart files. So if model is crash, you can always restart that. So those are need to edit. There is no other change below this line, except if you search for EXPDIR, this is the path where your output will go, and you have to define this path accordingly. Your output data size normally for a year is around a TB, so you have to get space to put output files. So we will change this path accordingly. And there is one more change. If you go for line SENU, so this is 186. So we can include here 186. And this basic file. Okay. So line number 483. Whether you can use this CCSM4 or the other one. I prefer to use CCSM4, so I'm copying this path. Okay, so this is line number 483. I think our model is installing ROMs now. Yes, so it has taken this path. So it will install ROMs and then installation part is done. I think these are the only changes needed. So we'll be using CCSM4 data, P2SIG files. Let us see this path. So if we have 1987 year, then we have this year all P2SIG files for CCSM4. So we'll be using 1987 year to run our model. And this SSC file is here as well as global. Even the SSD file which we don't need for this model. So one of the changes is that our model is about to install. Another change is in, if you go to cpl couple and cd run vi mbi sub. So this change, and if you press enter here, the edit mpi sub. So one is line number 35. then line number 68. And these are the total changes that we need to make. Well, cool. Now we can check our model installation is done. You can check ROMs and then bin lstar.x. So all executable files are here, especially roms.x. So we can go back and prepare for running the model. Now we can go for couple run and then copy RSim to RSim India. So only two files required to change, one RSim, and we make changes according to. Okay, there is this line need to be correct, and other things are okay. We can include line number this. Include anywhere below or above this. So will we keep changing? Let us say we are running for 87. So this is a folder. So the start here will be 1987. Let us say we are running for 1987, 2 months. 30, so 30 kilometer resolution, so we can take 600, and then these things had to be edited. Remove this, and this path for the CCSM4. I think this is. Okay, this is done. We need to this link. So let us keep these as default. Make it 24. We start interval 3. Oops. So these are changed. Now we can go X, E, X, P, T, I, R, where we want to. So this is a scratch folder. It has a lot of space. Either you change this accordingly or let it be like this. So it will, within the couple, it will create this folder and it will go further. So let us keep this default. Now we can directly go to line number 483 and after YYDD we have to then add this basic. This is actually line number 482. Okay, now this is done. Now we can go run MPI sub. In this line need to be edited, and we can take reference from our earlier code. Just make copy of this and paste it here. Oops, wrong. Not here, but here. Either make it comment or delete it. And this. Before Aditya. And this. So 256, 16. I think that's all. So this is couple. Here it will create that folder and we can run it now. B sub. Or if there is no error, it will run. So we have submitted. J is the alias. It is in pending. So it has some error. So it has created a folder. We'll see what that error is. But basically, first we'll check this file. This is our demo. Again submit. Okay, now it is running. So we can go to 1987 folder as so there is still some error. We can resolve that. Oh, so this path is wrong. model is hang, so I need to check. So there might be some issue. We can check what might be those. So it is taking 1986, but it should take 1987. So we'll check where that error is coming from. This is everything is correct. I think it is taking 1986. Why it is so? Okay, we can check that part. So RSM Oh, this file do not exist. That's where the problem occurred. I will check why this file is not available there. This file is here. That means we have made mistakes somewhere. I understand where I made the mistake. Oh, I forgot the year. There is year should come here. Dollar y. Yeah, this was the reason. I think it will go now. Okay. Sometimes these type of problems happen if you type the wrong path. Yeah, it's going through now. Yeah, model is running, and I think that's all. Next video I'll prepare to make boundary condition, how to prepare these P2SIG files, and other things. That's all. Thank you. This video is prepared by Amit Bharadwaj. Thank you.